What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the stream. Appreciate all you guys being here. Nice little Friday slate we get to break down, for the next hour or so. As always, just going to chill, answer you guys' questions, talk through this slate. There is some injury news that's come out during the day that we'll definitely need to hit on. Cody Zeller, now doubtful, so he's not expected to play. That's going to give us some value from the Hornets. Tyrese Halliburton is now doubtful as well. He's unlikely to play. Don't know if we get as much value there from the Kings, but there's definitely guys that I do like a lot more now. Now that Halliburton's not expected to play, and there's still question marks with Bam Adebayo. He's still questionable. Some other like Tyler Hero's still questionable. I think there's another guy. Oh, Joe Val. Yeah, Joe Val's now questionable, so we'll have to keep an eye on that for sure, because that could give us some value too if Joe Val gets ruled out. But what's up, everybody? Hope y'all had a good night last night. Appreciate all you being here. Hit that like button before we do get started. As always, guys, I appreciate the likes, and just start throwing your questions in chat, and we'll hit on everything. We'll talk through everything. Noah, Yahoo's paying tribute to you. Did you see the GOAT Baller tournament tonight? I did, T-Bone. I went ahead and got my entry in there. I did see that. I think they do that for Kobe. It's like a Kobe thing. They make the entry fee $8, and then they make the prize pool $24,000. I think it's a Kobe thing, but yeah, I saw that. You feel okay with overloading on the Kings-Pistons game? Lee, Grant, Fox, and Holmes? Yeah, I think all four of those guys are fine, D-roll. Lee, I still think's way too cheap on DK. Grant, I like at his price. Fox looks a lot. I already liked Fox to begin with, but he looks even better now that Halliburton's most likely going to be out. And then Holmes, yeah, I think Holmes is, he's probably, I don't want to say he's like a top play for me, but Holmes should be low-owned again. He wasn't that popular last night, and he should be low-owned again since he disappointed last night. So, yeah, Holmes is fine to play there. What's up, Noah? Hey, what's up, DFS Guru? What's up, man? Appreciate you being here. Favorite plays today? No, I mean, right now, like for value, I think Bismack Biyombo, assuming he starts for Cody Zeller, looks like a really good value. If Joe Val gets ruled out, I think Xavier Tillman's a really good value play. I like PJ Washington more now that, Cody Zeller's not going to play. On the Kings with Halliburton doubtful, I don't know if we get that much value from the Kings. Like, I think Corey Joseph gets more minutes, but do I really want to play Corey Joseph? At 3,600, he's in play for sure, but, Corey Joseph, we've seen, he can play 35 minutes and give you 15 fantasy points. Like, he's not a great point per minute player. I feel like there's probably other values I would rather go to over Corey Joseph, but he's viable now that Halliburton, this is the first game I think all year that Halliburton has missed, if I'm not mistaken. So, we should get more minutes for Corey Joseph. I feel, the minutes are already pretty secure for like Buddy Hield and Barnes, but I think they're pretty much locks to play like over 30 minutes as long as the game stays close. Bagley, I think, actually benefits without Halliburton. I think tonight we probably get 30, 32 minutes from Bagley. One of the reasons his minutes have kind of been down at times is because usually Halliburton's the guy that comes off the bench and, plays a lot over Bagley. But now that they don't have Halliburton, coming off the bench and taking minutes, like I think Bagley, he feels like pretty secure to get about 30 minutes. At 5,900, is he a top play? No, but I think Bagley definitely goes overlooked, and, without Halliburton, he actually does benefit. Really, though, the guy on the Kings is, De'Aaron Fox, I think, is just too cheap, and now that there's no Halliburton, he looks even better. The rest of these guys, I think they're all viable. Bagley, Holmes, Hield, Barnes, Corey Joseph, but I think Fox is he's the top option for me, in my opinion, from the Kings. The Go Baller tournament is $7. I thought it was $8. I think they run on Yahoo. There's a GOAT tournament, and it's $8 to enter. It's supposed to be for Kobe, because Kobe, he had number 8, and he was number 24. What's up, Noah? Won $8K on FanDuel yesterday. Won the $33 league and $25 league. Neto paid off for me big. Your Knicks guard play with, I can't even tell what you're saying, Marcus, but yeah, I get what you're saying. I'm guessing you play both Quickly and Rose. Once it was announced that Rose was starting, I didn't have that much interest in Quickly. I mean, if you played Quickly last night, you kind of got lucky because he had like an insane game. He only played like 20 minutes, and he had like 35 fantasy points in 20 minutes. A little bit out of the ordinary. I mean, a little bit unexpected. But yeah, Rose was good last night. I mean, he could have been better. He got off to a really hot start and then kind of cooled down. But once it was announced Rose was starting, he was one of the clear plays last night. How much do you like Butler if Bam doesn't play? I think Butler's definitely in play for me. Is he going to be a top option? I don't think so. But if I'm building out my lineup and, Butler's the last guy in, totally fine playing him. I just don't know if Butler's going to be someone I build around. It's still not that good of a matchup. It's still, a pretty slow-paced game. Butler is, expensive. Obviously, he does get a boost, though, with Bam out, if Bam were to sit. Would you like Olynyk or Biyombo better considering their prices? I think if Bam's out, I would prefer Kelly Olynyk. But, I mean, Kelly Olynyk's power forward eligible, so you could play both of them. I mean, if Bam gets ruled out, you could play Kelly Olynyk, Bismack Biyombo, Precious Achiuwa, and, I mean, you'll have tons of salary to work with. You'll be able to spend up basically everywhere else. I feel like this is going to be one of those slates where a lot of the value is at power forward and center. Especially if Joe Val gets ruled out, that's going to give us Tillman as a value. If Biyombo gets ruled out, that's going to give us Kelly Olynyk and Precious Achiuwa as a value. So, yeah, a lot of value at power forward center. What's up, Noah? Let's get it tonight. Hey, let's get it, Dylan. Appreciate you being here, man. Quickly is so good. I don't even understand why they traded for Rose. I mean, yeah, Quickly is really good. I didn't expect him to have 35 fantasy points in 20 minutes, but yeah, he's been a productive player when given the opportunity, that's for sure. Sabonis in the All-Star game, I saw that. Yeah, I mean, he deserves to be there, honestly. Sabonis is, I mean, I think you guys agree here, Sabonis is one of the most underrated players in the league. How'd you do last night, man? I did not do great, Josh. My lineup on DK was god-awful. On Yahoo, it was a little bit better. I was able to squeak into like 50-50s and double-ups. I didn't cash in tournaments, but DK was terrible. I can read out my lineup real quick. I'll pull it up. I think I finished with like just over like 200 points. I mean, it was not good at all. Finished with 230, so it wasn't as bad as I thought. But had James Harden, Tim Hardaway. I mean, James Harden, he was on pace to smash and then the freaking blowout. But I had Harden, Hardaway, Josh Richardson, Giannis, Boban, Derrick Rose, Will Barton, and Rashawn Holmes. So really, Will Barton and Rashawn Holmes were the ones that killed me. And then the blowout for Harden, that sucked too. But yeah, did y'all play Boban? I want to hear you guys' thoughts on that. Boban, dude, He was on pace to smash last night. He had like 17 fantasy points in the first quarter, and then didn't really get to play much after that. Nate C, the $20 super chat. I appreciate that, man. He says, let's get it go. Good luck tonight. Hey, good luck, Nate. Appreciate the super chat, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, brother. But yeah, Boban last night, once it was announced he was starting, he was, in my opinion, he was the best value play. He's just so good on a point per minute basis. Like, even if he would have played 15 minutes, I mean, I think he did play like 15 minutes. He still had like 20 points or something. The big one, though, was Maxey. I see you, yeah, JP, Maxey. I mean, I played Maxey on Yahoo. I mean, the dude just, God, it was bad. He at least managed to salvage somewhat of his day. I mean, I think he finished with like 13 fantasy points on Yahoo, but he had like 3 points and a rebound in the first half. Terrible. Sabonis or Curry? Give me Sabonis between those two. Finally able to make it while you're live streaming. Who to target since Reddish is ruled out? I don't think that affects too much. I think, the guy that benefits is Gallinari, but Gallinari has been priced up to a point where I don't think he's like a top option for me. He's over 5K on Draftkings now. I mean, or he's 5K. Gallo's in play. I just don't know if we should expect, what he did last game. Like, I played Gallo the day against Cleveland. He had 6 fantasy points in 23 minutes, so he's kind of hurt my feelings when I played him that day. But, yeah, I don't think I can go to Gallo on the slate. He's the guy that does benefit with Reddish out. Tony Snell will get the start probably, but I don't want to play Tony Snell. He was negative 19 in the first half. That's why they switched to James Johnson. Yeah, I mean, once they started, they played some small ball at the beginning of the third quarter, and they started to actually make a comeback. I mean, luckily, Boban was able to get out there at the end of the fourth quarter for some blowout run. But, yeah, he was on pace to smash, and then, he didn't really. That's always the risk with Boban. He's a great, point-per-minute player, but, I mean, he's never going to play a ton of minutes just because he's always, a liability on the floor. But it was last year. I think there was a game where he played like 25 minutes. It was against the Nuggets. It was one of the days, or it was the Kings. I can't remember who they played, but it was one of the slates right before the league shut down, and Boban played like 25 minutes. He started, and he had like 50 fantasy points. That was one of my best nights last year, right before the league got shut down. Messaged you on Patreon, said Boban starting, didn't know the guy wouldn't play the second half. Yeah, that's always the risk with Boban. You never know. Michael DePolo, the $20 super chat. Michael, I appreciate that, brother. He says, Noah, much respect for doing these videos every day. Good luck tonight. Hey, good luck to you, Michael. Good luck, man. I appreciate the super chat. Thank you, man. That's a lot of money you're donating. I do appreciate it. Super chats are never necessary, but I appreciate everyone that does decide to donate. Can you rate these similarly priced centers? Ayton, Kanter, Plumlee, Wendell Carter, Rashawn Holmes, and Boucher. I'd probably go Ayton, Plumlee, Carter, Kanter, Holmes, Boucher. I think Ayton's my favorite there, but I feel like center, now that we have Biyombo as a value, I think center is probably going to be a position I pay down at, especially if Tillman, or if J-Val gets ruled out, then we'll have Tillman as a value. Yeah, I just don't know if I'm going to be spending up at center anymore. I still do like Ayton quite a bit, though. I think it is a really good matchup for Ayton against that Bulls team. NBA is just a bad product with so many blowouts, just a DFS nightmare. I mean, yeah, the blowouts have been insane this season. I don't know what contributes why that is, but yeah, the blowout, it seems like there's at least a couple blowouts every night. You think Biyombo is a value in cash if Zeller's out? Yes. If Biyombo's starting for Zeller, he's a really good value. I don't think Biyombo's going to play like 36 minutes, but he probably will play 26, 28 minutes. He's close to a point-per-minute player. Biyombo's very likely to give you at least like 24, 25 DK points and be a really solid value. Best option on Yahoo tonight, $12 for cash. Let's see. There's a couple guys down here for $12. I mean, Isaiah Roby is $13, and I like him a lot for cash. Obviously, you can't get to him, but for $12, probably play like Malik Monk, honestly. Or you could go down to Bismack. He's minimum salary. You could play Bismack, but yeah, it'd probably be Malik Monk there for $12. Obviously, he benefits without Devontae Graham, who's out again. And then, without Cody Zeller, that's just one less body they have in the rotation. So maybe you see even more minutes for Malik Monk. He was killing, had 8 rebounds in the first 5 minutes of the game, yes. He had like 2 points, 8 rebounds, and a block. He had like 15 or 16 fantasy points in like 5 minutes, and then he barely played the rest of the game. Sucks, man. You have me question your opinion playing Boban? Oh, dude, if you thought Boban was a bad play, once it was announced that Boban was starting, he was a great value play. He could have played 10 minutes and gave you 25 DK points. Like, I don't know. There's people that think, when Boban starts, it's, something you should avoid him. I'm one of those people that think whenever Boban gets the opportunity to play, I want him in my lineups. Let's just say Bam is out. Lee, SGA, Butler, Grant, Holmes, Fox, Williams, and Morris. I mean, if Bam's out, give me Preston Achua over Markieff Morris. But the rest is solid, I guess. Since we have so much value now, who would be the best 2 to 3 top spin ups on DK? For me, I think it's probably Trae Young. Probably Trae Young, LeBron, and if you consider SGA a spin up, I'd say SGA number 3. But yeah, definitely Trae Young's one of my favorite spin ups, and I do like LeBron as well. SGA and cash, yeah, SGA is definitely cash viable. Since Horford is out, wouldn't Clint be a great option since nobody will be able to stop him in the middle? I mean, yeah, Capella does get a little bit of a bump there. It's just, we do have a lot of good value at center now. I don't know if I'm going to, in my one lineup, I don't know if I'm going to be able to play Capella, but obviously if you're playing a lot of lineups, you want to have Clint Capella in your player pool. Because, yeah, his upside is definitely higher now that, it's going to be some combination of Isaiah Roby and Mike Muscala guarding Capella. I mean, those are matchups he can, easily dominate in. Boban was doing solid. I was pissed they didn't start him in the third. Yeah. I mean, that's always a risk with Boban, but he's just such a productive player on a point-per-minute basis that he doesn't need but 10, 15 minutes to get, 25, 30 DK points. Who's your favorite small forward value? There really isn't much value at small forward. It would probably be like Derrick Jones Jr. or something. Like, I don't really like the pay down options at small forward, but it'd probably be him if I had to take anyone. Or Gallo, I guess. You could say Gallo too. What's up, Noah? Is 3 Detroit players too many considering Grant, Jackson, and Lee? I think that's fine. Josh Jackson's price is starting to come up. He's still viable, but I'd be a little bit hesitant on him now that his price is coming up. But I still do like Grant. I think Saban Lee is still too cheap again. Is this lineup good? Fox, SGA, Trey, Jimmy, Kelly-O, Tillman, Biyombo, Achua? Yeah, assuming that Bam is out, that's solid. Would you like Tillman over Roby if no J-Val? I think when you factor in how much cheaper Tillman is, yes, I'd probably prefer Tillman then. I still think both are really good options, but yeah, Tillman's like $1,300 cheaper on DK, so I'd probably take him over Roby if J-Val's out. Would you pivot off LeBron and play Butler on Yahoo? I mean, I think if you have the salary, you can just play LeBron. But obviously, if Bam gets ruled out, that's going to make Butler more appealing. What do you think? Curry, SGA, Hayward, Grant, Biyombo, Fox? I mean, that's a solid 6 for now. That's a solid 6 for now. By the way, I advertise you on our DK Facebook. Keep up the good work. Yeah, I appreciate that, Brandon. Thanks for tuning in, man. Thanks for the free advertisement, I guess. Conley or Kimba in a GPP? Give me Conley. Top 2 to 3 studs on Yahoo. I mean, it's probably like SGA, Trae Young, LeBron. And if Bam gets ruled out, I'd probably throw Jimmy in there. So those 4 guys. Terry Rozier, good play tonight. I think he's good. He's a good play on Yahoo. I don't know if I can pay the price tag for Rozier on DK. I think there's just so many other guys I like over Rozier. Like give me SGA over Rozier. But like on Yahoo, Rozier his price has come down over there, so he looks more appealing on Yahoo. Hello, Noah, first-time subscriber. I appreciate that, Terry. Thanks for subscribing, man. What do you think about Curry, Wiggins, Oubre, Barnes, Capella, Dennis Smith Jr., Royce O'Neal, Saban Lee? I mean, you're pretty heavy on the Warriors. I don't know if I'd want 3 Warriors in my lineup on this slate. Like, I don't really like too much from the Warriors today. But the rest looks solid. I mean, I don't really like Royce O'Neal either. There's guys I definitely would rather play over Royce O'Neal. Good afternoon. Got on late. Hey, I appreciate you being here, Alan. Doesn't matter when you get here, man. I appreciate you showing up for sure. Thoughts on Fox, Ellington, PJ Washington, Steph Curry, Lillard, Hayward, Kendrick Williams? I'm not really on Kendrick Williams. I think he probably gets a few more minutes with Hamidou Diallo out, but still, I don't know if Williams is someone I really want to go to on this slate. Like, I mean, what is his price? I don't even think he's that cheap, is he? I mean, he's $3,500. I guess he's kind of cheap, but I don't think I'm going to be on Kendrick Williams. I guess the rest is okay, though. How do you feel about Curry today? I think Curry's just he's a lower owned tournament option. Obviously, Curry can go out there and put up a big game any night, but I don't think I'm going to be playing Curry on this slate. Just me personally. You do what you want, but I don't think I'm playing Curry. Who's your favorite small forward in general? Looking to pay up there because there's not much value. I mean, if you can pay up, I think LeBron's a fine pay up option. But I like Gordon Hayward in the mid range. I think Gordon Hayward is a little bit too cheap today. And the small forward position always sucks. So anytime I can get someone that I feel pretty confident is going to get me, at least 5 to 6x, that's what I'm trying to do. And I think Gordon Hayward at 6,700, he can easily give you 35, 40 DK points and be a solid play at his price tag. So I'd probably say Gordon Hayward's my favorite small forward, him or LeBron. Is Biyombo a good play with Zeller out? Just got here, so I don't know if you mentioned it yet. Yes, if Biyombo's starting, he's a really good value. I mean, we saw at the beginning of the year when Cody Zeller was out, Biyombo's price tag got up to he was close to 5K, so he's definitely underpriced if he's going to be starting and playing, around 26, 28 minutes. Would you play Montrezl Harrell at 6K? I don't think I'm going to go to Harrell on this slate. I think there's just too many other centers I like. I'd rather play Wendell Carter over him at a similar price tag. Who do you think benefits most from Diallo out? I don't think it really affects too much on this slate personally. Sure, Kendrick Williams will probably get some more minutes. Maybe Justin Jackson gets a few more minutes, but do I really want to play those guys? I mean, not really. If it was a smaller slate, maybe, but 9 games, there's just more value opening up. I don't think I'm going to go to any of those Thunder bench guys. Late to the party, Noah, but continuing my streak of every live stream for the last 3 weeks. Anyway, can you just recap a few of your favorite values today besides Biyombo? Well, we got to wait on injury news. We got to wait to see if Bam Adebayo plays. We got to wait to see if Joe Val plays. If Bam's out, if Joe Val's out, then we got a lot of value. We got Xavier Tillman, who would probably start for J Val. He'd be a really good value. If Precious Achiuwa were to start for Bam, he'd be a really good value. I'd like Kelly Olynyk more if Bam were to sit. So those are some guys I'm looking to. And then I still like Saben Lee. I think Saben Lee's still too cheap. I think P.J. Washington looks better now that Cody Zeller's not expected to play. I still think Roby's a decent value. So, yeah. Start, bench, cut, Bismack, Tillman, or Precious. If I had to pick one, assuming Bam's out, assuming J-Val's out, I think I'd probably play Bismack there, but honestly, all 3 are viable. You could play all 3 of those guys in the same lineup and, just jam in studs. Because, I think Precious Achiuwa and Tillman are both power forward. They both have power forward eligibility. It's not like they're all just center only. It would be different then, but they have power forward eligibility, which makes them, really appealing. When rostering a player, do you look for 5x their salary or more? At this day and age, you need, if you're looking to win tournaments, you need 6x or more from, everybody. Getting 5x from a 4K guy or a 3K guy, just is not going to get the job done. So if Bismack Biyombo goes out there and puts up, 18 points tonight, I'm not going to be happy. I'm looking for at least 20, if not more. So, yeah, I think, 6x, you want 6x or more at this point. Too many guards, Fox, SGA, Trey, but then also Saben Lee for value, Dragic, Hayward, LaMelo. What's the best play in 4 guards? I haven't built out my lineup yet, so I can't say, but, I think the dummy lineup I built out just for now did have 4 guards in it. But, yeah, there are a lot of good guard plays, and I think the value today is going to be at, power forward and center, so makes sense to pay up at guard. You think they're going to move Shea to the shooting guard and let Mountain be the point guard since Diallo's out? No, I think, Mountain's been starting already. They've been starting, Shea's their ball handler, and then Mountain starts alongside Shea. But maybe, I'm sure Mountain will probably be, the backup point guard whenever Shea's off the floor. Maybe they stagger their minutes. I'm not exactly sure. I think they will. Is Roby a clear better value play than Daniel House at power forward spot on Yahoo? I prefer Roby. Yeah, I prefer Roby there. Like Buddy Hield tonight without Tyrese. I think Hield does benefit. It's not. I don't think he's a top play at his price tag. If he was cheaper, he would be. But I think he definitely benefits without Halliburton. Really though, De'Aaron Fox is the guy that I want to go to on the Kings. He's my favorite King today for sure. You think OKC starts both Roby and Muscala? I wouldn't think so. They haven't done that yet this year. Baisley's he's pretty big, so he can match up with John Collins easily. Are you mostly cash or tournament player? I just play lately, TJ. I've just been playing one lineup, and I've just kind of been running it in everything. So I've been putting it in head-to-heads, double-ups, 50-50s, tournaments, just playing what I think the best team is, and just putting it in everything. That's what I've been doing lately, and it's been working. So I'm just gonna keep doing that. I think one lineup's going to be something I kind of just do moving forward. I feel a lot better playing one lineup, honestly. Paul, SGA, Oubre, Grant Plumlee, Lee, Gallo, Ayton. That looks decent for now. That's solid for now. Olynyk or Roby, assuming Bam's out. Yeah, that's going to be a tough one. Honestly, I might play both. Like, I don't really know yet. I haven't built my lineup, but yeah, I'm going to like Kelly Olynyk a lot if Bam's out. Especially if they decide to start Kelly Olynyk at center. Like, they could start Precious Achiuwa in place of Bam, or they could just, move. They could move Iguodala into the starting lineup and then slide Kelly Olynyk down to center. And if they do that, that's going to make me like Kelly Olynyk even more. I think I would take Olynyk. Man, that's super close. Super close. If Bam is out, would you say Achiuwa is only viable if he starts? He'd still be viable if he comes off the bench because he's so cheap. But yeah, in terms of, I probably wouldn't play Achiuwa in my one lineup if he's not starting. But if you're playing a lot of lineups, it makes sense to have him in your player pool because he could still get there off the bench. It's just I'd like him a lot more if he is starting. Is it better to be point guard heavy in your lineups? I mean, King Carter, it's all slate dependent. There's going to be slates where a lot of the good plays are point guards. It's going to be slates where a lot of the good plays are at center. There's going to be slates where a lot of value is at guard, and there's going to be good pay-up options at other positions. It's all slate dependent. CP3 or Fox? Yeah, that's super close for me. I think probably now that Halliburton's out, I think I would lean with Fox, but it's super close. I like both guys quite a bit. I'm out. Good luck tonight. Hey, good luck, Charles. Appreciate you being here, man. Good luck. Trey and Paul or Curry and Fox for tournaments? Give me Trey and Paul. I'm the biggest LeBron fan, but refuse to get him this year. I haven't played LeBron that much this season. Like, even when AD's been out lately, he hasn't really been that good, but he's just so safe. I mean, I feel like at this point, like, you're never, at the end of the night, you're like, damn, I wish I played LeBron, but at the end of the night, you're like, it's not like LeBron's ever going to tank your lineup. I mean, even on its bad nights, he's going to give you 45 to 50. LeBron's just super safe right now. Tillman, if no Joval, yeah, Tillman's going to be a really good value play, assuming Joval's out and Tillman winds up starting. One lineup means you don't have to worry about the if I only played that lineup instead. Yeah, I mean, that's true. That's true, I guess. If Hero is out, who gets more value? I mean, Dragic would benefit. I don't know if I'd really want to go to Dragic. I think Dragic would be viable if Bam were to sit. But yeah, if Hero's out, I don't think that really affects too much, honestly. Because he's been out recently, and like Kendrick Nunn's been priced up to affect that. Dragic is still affordable, but probably won't be going to those Heat guards unless Bam gets ruled out. Then I'm going to like Dragic more, and Nunn would get a boost as well. Any value at shooting guard under 5K on DK? Let's see. Off the top of my head, I don't think there's much, but I mean, I guess you could play Lou Dort at 4,800. I don't really like Lou Dort that much, but we know he's going to play, 32, 34 minutes. He's probably the guy that I would go to there. I don't really like much cheap options here. Cheap forwards on Yahoo. I mean, there's a couple I like. Isaiah Roby's the first guy that stands out. If Bam gets ruled out, then I really like Kelly Olynyk. Let's see who's some other guys. Like PJ Washington's kind of cheap on Yahoo. I like him. Derrick Jones Jr. is still cheap on Yahoo. So yeah, there's some cheap forwards I like. What about Schroeder making his return? Yeah, I do like Dennis Schroeder. I think he's going to go overlooked for sure. I'm pretty sure on both sites he still has like the injury designation. On Draftkings, he's still listed as questionable, and on Yahoo, he's actually got the little injury designation next to his name. Schroeder's probably going to be like under 10% owned, and without Anthony Davis, he does benefit for sure. And we've seen Schroeder have good games with AD out, so I do like him quite a bit. You see any value plays in the Atlanta game? I mean, it's on the OKC side. If Roby starts, I think he's a good value play. There's not a ton of value from Atlanta outside of Gallo is viable now that Reddish is doubtful, but Gallo's kind of been priced up to affect that. $10 forward on Yahoo already have Tillman. That's going to be tough. I think Achiuwa is center on Yahoo. Yeah, Press Achiuwa is a center, which really sucks. I would say him if Bam were to be out, you could play Press Achiuwa. I don't know if there's any other $10 forwards I really have that much interest in. I guess if THT starts again, you could play him. He did start last game and played 30 minutes, so he could be the guy you go to there. Obviously, Tillman's going to look like a really good value, though, if J-Val's out. I'd probably say Tillman, honestly. For now, I guess. Where's your dog? He's a stud. He's down here somewhere. Oh, he's back there, just walking around. I gotta let him out. I forgot to let him out earlier. Hope you don't piss while I'm doing this, while I'm streaming. SJ a lock. I mean, nobody's ever a lock in DFS. You know, a guy can be a great play, can project super well, but nobody's ever a lock to do well. Just asking a question, saying is somebody a lock? I mean, that's just the stupidest question you can ask. Small forward on DK for 4K or cheaper. Let's see. Again, small forward, like, it'd probably be THT. Like, I don't really like, if he's starting, he's fine, but yeah, small forward, there's not much value here either. Yeah, but if THT's starting, I probably would take him. Who gets more value if Hero doesn't play? I said it earlier, I don't think that affects too much. Thanks for all you do, Noah. Best of luck to you, bro. Hey, good luck, John. Appreciate you being here, man. Good luck tonight. Ayton or Wendell Carter? Give me Ayton if you have the salary. Who is your fantasy MVP at this point in the season? I mean, for me, it's Giannis. I mean, I don't know who's averaged like the most fantasy points per game, but I would assure like Giannis is up there. Halliburton is out. Who's backing up Fox? It's probably going to be Corey Joseph. You play the 5-5-5 every day? No, this is just, I just clicked on a random contest. Thanks, Noah. Appreciate it. Let's get this bread. Hey, let's get it, Bryce. Appreciate you being here, man. Good luck tonight. Good luck. If Tillman starts, you prefer Monk or Tillman? I mean, I probably prefer Tillman, especially because he's cheaper. So, yeah. Like on Yahoo, I think Monk's 12 and Tillman's 10. Probably would still go with Tillman there. On DK, like Tillman's a lot cheaper, so I would definitely go with Tillman on DK. If he's starting. That's just news we got to wait and see on. Best shooting guard on the slate? I mean, my favorite shooting guard is SGA, for sure. What's your thoughts on Mason Plumlee for tonight? I think Plumlee's, he's in play for sure. He's someone that I just can't seem to get right. Like, I feel like anytime I play Plumlee, he has one of those mediocre games, and then when I don't play him, that's when he puts up like a 50-burger. Like last game against the Pelicans, I didn't play him, but I played him that Orlando game. I'm pretty sure I played him both these days against Orlando. I definitely played him on Yahoo one of those days. But yeah, I mean, Plumlee, it's a good matchup against Sacramento. It's a pace-up spot for the Pistons. We know what we're getting from Plumlee, 30 to 32 minutes. He's a productive player. I think I'd rather get to like DeAndre Ayton or Enes Kanter, but, Plumlee's definitely viable. It's just, center now, we have so much value at center with Biyombo, potentially Tillman, potentially Precious Achiuwa, potentially Kelly Olynyk that I don't know if I'm going to be paying up here. Util 6.4K, Kobe White, Josh Jackson, or let's see. I'd probably take Josh Jackson there, but let me see. Yeah, I'd probably take Josh Jackson. Either him or John Collins. I mean, John Collins is cheap, but God, he's been so bad lately. I'd probably take Jackson, though. You think Sabonis is in play for GPPs? I mean, yeah, for sure. He's going to be super low owned, I would assume. I don't see anyone really playing Sabonis on this slate, so anytime you can get Sabonis at low ownership, I mean, he's always, in play for tournaments. His price, though, makes him, you need a 60-plus point game from Sabonis at this point. Love your content and the way you keep it real. Honestly, can't believe these trolls that come in here and try to get cute with their questions. Let's get this money. Any value in the Atlanta game? Now, like I said, JM, I don't think there's much value there outside of Roby and maybe Gallo. What about Dort? I mean, I hate playing Lou Dort. He's another guy, like, anytime I play him, he's terrible. I mean, anytime I don't play him, he's not that good either. Like, I'm not playing Lou Dort on this slate. Lou Dort's never someone I want to play, and I don't think I'd be going to him on this one. Like, really, the only guys I like on OKC are SGA and Roby. I don't think too much else. Any update news on Joe Val? He's still questionable, Adam. He's still questionable. Memphis they play at 8, so we might get that news before lock. We do have a later lock today, 7:30 lock, so we might get most of the news that we need before lock. We probably won't have news on Bam, though, which is going to suck. Dre or Jeremy Grant? Give me Jeremy Grant there. Any suggestion on Util 3400? Already have Bismack, Saban Lee, and Tillman. Well, if Bam gets ruled out, Precious Achiuwa is minimum salary. He's 3K, so I'd play Precious Achiuwa if Bam's out. If Bam plays, then it's going to be a little bit tougher. I don't know if there's much else down here that I like. I guess you could wait and see if maybe if Sadiq Bey gets ruled out, then you can maybe play like Svi if he were to start, or Sekou were to start for Sadiq Bey. They could be guys you look to. Like button before we get out of here. Yeah, hit the like button, guys. Hit the like button as always. I appreciate all the likes, man. I appreciate all you being here. We'll be live for a good while. We'll be live for about 20, 25 more minutes. Kawhi and Marcus Morris, or Draymond and PJ Washington. Give me the second one, Draymond and PJ Washington. Thoughts on Gordon Hayward? Yeah, I think Gordon Hayward's a really solid option. I think at the small forward position, he looks like one of the better plays at small forward. I mean, small forward's always a gross position to fill, and Hayward is, in my opinion, too cheap. His price has come down on both sides, so I do like him a good amount. I know people say this all the time, but keep making great content, my guy. Respect the grind. Good luck tonight, and thanks for answering all the questions as always. I appreciate that, Brandon. Thank you for the kind words, man. And good luck to you as well. Good luck to you, Brandon. Sabonis or Grant? I mean, if you have the salary, play Sabonis. Locks at 7:30, Jay. 7:30 Eastern time. So it's 30 minutes later than normal. That's why I went live 30 minutes later than normal today. Best guard, 5K and under. It's probably Saban Lee. He's 4,300. Probably be him. Would you play Tillman over Muscala if he starts? Yeah, if Tillman's starting, I'd prefer him over Muscala. How likely do you think Kemba will break the 30-point barrier? I mean, I have no idea. Like, if you're talking about 30 DK points, I mean, he should get 30 DK points, but 30 real-life points, that feels a little bit too much for Kemba. I mean, he could do that, but yeah. Don't have a Twitter account because my wife and I share social media. Any other website or app you can recommend for NBA news? JM, you can download the Roto-Grinders app and go to your settings in Roto-Grinders app and just turn on alerts for NBA. I have NBA alerts on and I'm on Twitter, so yeah. But you can't do that. Roto-Grinders app, they do send out NBA alerts. Just got to go in the settings and turn them on once you download the app. Wendell Carter or PJ Washington in the util? Probably take Wendell Carter. One last question. Derrick Jones Jr. plus Roby or PJ Washington plus Achua, assuming Bam's out? Give me the first one. DJJ and Roby. I'm good at finding value plays, but suck at picking the studs. Any advice? I mean, I don't know. I don't really know what to tell you outside of just, when it comes to the studs, the pricing is always important. I mean, if you have access to projections, looking at the projections is important. The matchup's always important. So, like Sabonis, for example, I think if you look at any projection site, Sabonis is not going to project as a top option, like points per dollar wise, because, he's 10,400. Most nights, Sabonis is giving you like 50 to 55, which is solid, but not great for his price tag. It's not a good matchup against Boston. This doesn't feel like a spot where Sabonis would go out there and put up 70. If he could, but it doesn't feel like a spot where he'd do that. But like a guy like SGA, for example, I think one of the reasons SGA looks so good tonight, he's only 8,800. It's a really good matchup against Atlanta. It's a pretty fast-paced game. There's no Al Horford. There's no Diallo. Like, this Thunder team's just super thin, so I understand what you're saying, though. I mean, for me this year, it feels like the value plays have been killing me. Like, even when I feel like I land on some good value, like, it just always somehow comes back to bite me. Is V in play if Sadiq Bey's out? We would have to see who starts. If V were to start, then yeah, he'd be viable. Love your takes as always. I do this for living, but since I started watching my skill, definitely improved. Good luck tonight. Let's get it. Hey, good luck, Marcus. Good luck, man. DK Live app is a must-have too. Yeah, you can download the DK Live app too. I think they have news there as well. I don't know how quick they are with it, but yeah, you can download the DK Live app. But I mean, really, you got to be on Twitter, man. For NBA news, Twitter is where you need to be. Love all the fantasy content. I'm a big supporter of your work. Keep in mind, most people are playing multiple lineups, just trying to get that in mind. But before you call people questions stupid, I got what you're saying, King Carter. I get you, man. I guess for me lately, it's like I'm playing just one lineup, so it's like I would never consider that player in my one lineup. But yeah, I understand what you're saying. What's good, Noah? Here a bit late. What are the top value plays? Thanks. I mean, Jack, I think with Cody Zeller now doubtful, Bismack Biyombo, assuming he starts, looks like a really good value play. Jonas Valanciunas is now questionable. If he were to be out and Xavier Tillman were to start, he'd be a really good value play. So there's two really cheap options that stand out. And we do got to wait on news on Bam Adebayo. If Bam Adebayo gets ruled out, that's going to make, Kelly Olynyk, Precious Achiuwa, if he were to start, they'd be value plays as well. What are your thoughts on John Collins? I mean, God, like John Collins, I don't feel confident in John Collins at all at this point. Like, if you're rostering John Collins, like, you don't know what you're getting. But he's so cheap. Like, he's in play for me because his price is just so low. Like, I feel like Collins is going to go out there at some point and put up like a 40, 45-point game and be a really good play. It's just good luck, predicting when that happens. I mean, he's just been so bad lately. You have definitely improved my skills watching your show. Good luck, bro. Hey, good luck, Marcus. I'm glad I was able to help, man. Don't play John Collins. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's a 9-game slate, so I don't think we need to really take that risk. But yeah, again, if you're playing a lot of lineups, I'd have John Collins in my player pool, I think, at his price. Did I miss a rant? You did not, Skywalker. Hadn't been many stupid questions today. We've been pretty chill so far. Thoughts on Dylan Brooks? Yeah, I don't think I'm going to I don't think I'd even get to Dylan Brooks, if I was playing a good amount of lineups. I think he's still questionable too, is he not? Or he played yesterday, I think. He's 5,200. I mean, I guess he's viable, but again, like I don't think Dylan Brooks is someone that I would, really be that interested in. I'd have to be playing like 150 lineups to think, I'd even get exposure to Dylan Brooks. I don't think he gets, if I was playing 20 lineups, I don't think I'd have Brooks in my player pool. How many points do you think Biyombo needs to hit to be a decent play or value? I mean, he's 3,300. You need it, like from those 3K guys, I mean, 6X is not good enough from a 3K guy. So I'm looking for at least like 24, 25 from Biyombo. If he gets that, then I'll be glad I played him. And if he gets like 30 plus, then yeah, he'll be a really, really good play. In cash games, I think, if you get 22 from Biyombo, you're in good shape. In tournaments, if you're trying to take down a tournament, you're going to need like close to 30 from Biyombo. What's up, Noah? Hey, what's up, Mr. Baseballer? What's up, man? Appreciate you being here. Appreciate you tuning in. If no Joval, can we assume Morant scores more? I mean, I'd assume his usage goes up with Joval off the floor. Morant's another guy that I just can't get right this year. It's like whenever I play Morant, he just always sucks. But yeah, he'd get more usage if Joval were to be out. He'd be viable, but I think again, like I'd probably rather get to Chris Paul and De'Aaron Fox. I think I prefer those guys over Morant. Lowry or Van Vliet? I mean, if you have the salary, I think you just play Van Vliet. But when you factor in salary, you factor in how cheaper Lowry is. I'd rather play Lowry for cheaper. You play FanDuel as well. If so, do you prefer DK or FanDuel? I have a FanDuel account, Eric, but I rarely play over there. Honestly, Yahoo's my favorite site. I've said that forever. Yahoo's my favorite site to play on. But I guess I prefer DK over FanDuel because I don't really play FanDuel that often. I think FanDuel's a lot more fun for baseball. That's when I started playing on FanDuel, was during baseball season. Boucher should smash. I mean, yeah, it's a matchup where you think Boucher would get the minutes. A small ball Houston team, like if there was ever a spot for Boucher to play like close to 30 minutes, I feel like this would be it. You see Ibaka playing 25 to 27 minutes if they go small over Zubac if J-Val sits. I mean, him and Zubac are probably just going to split the minutes like they always have. You're probably going to get like 24 from each guy. I think most games, it's, if one of them gets in foul trouble or something, then maybe you'll see a few more minutes for the other guy. But normally when Zubac and Ibaka are both healthy, I really don't play them, honestly. Especially when, Kawhi and PG are out there dominating the usage. Haven't tried Yahoo. I check it out. Hey, Eric, it's a fun site to play, I think. It was the first site I started playing on. So, and it's the site I've had the most success on. You see enough value at forward positions to fit Paul, SGA, Trey, and Fox. Minimum center leaves 46 for the forwards. I mean, you can make that work. Because, I mean, especially like if Bam gets ruled out, you have Kelly Olynyk as a value forward. You have Isaiah Roby as a value forward. Derrick Jones Jr. is still cheap on Yahoo. Like, you could easily make that work. You feel the $7 difference on Yahoo is worth moving from Jackson to Grant, or do you feel Jackson continues to see heavy usage? I mean, Corey, it all depends on what else you're having to change. If you have $7 just left over, you might as well just play Jeremy Grant there. But if you're having to change something else, it depends on what you're having to change outside of that. I have 5,600 left in the shooting guard spot. Who would you recommend? Let's see. probably would go. If Bam's out, I would take Goran Dragic. But if Bam plays, then I would probably go with Malik Monk, because Malik Monk is viable, with Devontae Graham still out. You prefer more balanced lineups on Yahoo? I mean, JP is all slate dependent. It all depends on what value there is. Today feels like a slate where there's going to be a good amount of value, so I think this is going to be, more of a stars and scrubs kind of slate. Especially if J-Val gets ruled out, if Bam gets ruled out, then yeah, we're going to have a lot of value. But yeah, I never go into a slate, saying, oh, I'm building this way. It's all slate dependent, It all depends on what value is out there. I don't want to play just 3K guys just to play them to get studs in. Like, I want to play 3K guys that I feel confident in. Right now, I feel pretty confident that, Bismack Biyombo can pay off his price tag. If J-Val gets ruled out, I'd feel pretty confident that Xavier Tillman would pay off his price tag. 6,800 left for a forward. Let's see. I think there's a couple guys that come to mind. I'd play Gordon Hayward there. 6,700. Definitely give me Gordon Hayward. What's your thoughts on Enes Kanter? I like Kanter as a center option. I think I'd probably rather have DeAndre Ayton over him, but yeah, Kanter's definitely viable. How do you feel about Chris Paul, Booker, and Ayton stacked for cash? I don't think I'd be stacking those guys in cash. That just doesn't feel like the right move. I think Paul and Ayton are cash viable. I don't think I'd be playing Booker in cash on this slate. Yeah, I would never go into a slate looking to stack a team for cash. Ty from California with the $10 super chat. Thank you, Ty. Says, I've been following your channel for a while. Appreciate and thank you for all your hard work and dedication. I play free but haven't played for money. Where should I start? I mean, if you've only played free contests and you've never played for money, then you should probably start off, playing the beginner contests. Like on DraftKings, I think when you first sign up, that you have like intermediate or like contests you can play where there's no experienced players in them. So you should probably start off with those, like your casual contests, your casual games. Play those while you can, and then you can just, play other stuff. But you want to play low dollar contests, play the casual games. That's a good way to start, man. I appreciate the $10 super chat, though, Ty. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Draymond for 6,800. I think Draymond's 6,900. Yeah, he's 6,900, Chris. So he'd be 100 short there. Appreciate it, Noah. Hey, sure thing, Jordan. Sure thing, man. Or woman, not sure, but sure thing. Guys, we'll be live for probably about 10 more minutes. If you got any more questions, throw them in here. Appreciate all you guys tuning in. Best of luck tonight, as always. But, yeah, we'll be live for about 10 more minutes, answering any more questions. Sorry, just getting here. What's the quick rundown? Tillman in play? Yeah, I mean, we got to wait on news on J-Val. But, yeah, if J-Val's out, Tillman's a good value. Bam is still questionable, so we have to wait on that news. I like Bismack Biyombo now that Cody Zeller's doubtful. So we've got some value now for sure. You think your Knowles will upset Notre Dame first game of the season? No, probably not. I have no confidence in my team right now. The first game of the year is always my favorite game because it's like, oh, we don't have a loss yet. Maybe this is our year to finally win some games, and then we come out, we take a loss, and it's like, well, that was fun while it lasted. Now here comes a string of losses after that. I don't know what we need, but we need something to change, man. We've just been bad for like the last 3 or 4 years, basically since Jimbo left. What do you think about my lineup? Ja, Monk, Hayward, Roby, Kanter, Fox, Draymond, Saban, Lee. I mean, that looks pretty solid, JM. Just getting here, surgery went great. Hey, I think I remember you, Craig, in the Discord. I'm glad to hear that, man, if that's you. What center you like best for GPP? I mean, I don't want to say Bismack, but I think he's going to be popular. But, points per dollar wise, I think he's one of the best projected centers now that Cody Zeller's doubtful. But I do like Ayton. I think Ayton's a really good center play. Appreciate all your hard work, bro. Hey, thank you, Haywood. Thank you, man. Know what keeps me coming back? Much love. I appreciate that, Brian. What are your thoughts on Barnes with no Halliburton? Yeah, I think he's viable. I think, him and Buddy Hield benefit. Neither one are top options for me. I never feel like I have to play Harrison Barnes. I know he had a big game the other night, but Harrison Barnes is just not one of those guys. At the end of the night, you're like, man, I wish I played Harrison Barnes. Miami Mike, $10 super chat. It's all about the U, not a fan of the Gators. Oh, Miami Mike. Don't tell me you're a Miami fan. I'd assume you are, since your name's Miami Mike. But thank you for the $10 super chat, brother. I appreciate that. Y'all been whooping up on us for about the last like 4 years. Shit, Miami and Florida has. We just been so bad. Late to the party, who are your top spend-ups? I think for me, it's probably Trae Young, SGA, and LeBron. I think are like my 3 favorite guys to pay up for on the slate. $8K and above. Kobe White or Josh Jackson, both 6,400. Give me Josh Jackson between those two. Does Gobert look good tonight? I think there's probably other centers I'd get to. Like, give me DeAndre Ayton in his canter. Mason Plumlee. Like, I think I'd rather have those guys over Gobert, honestly. You go to FSU, that's why you're a Knowles fan? No, TJ. I've just been a Florida State fan my whole life. My dad was an FSU fan, so I just kind of grew up an FSU fan. I live in South Carolina, but I've been to the stadium. I've been to a couple games. Did not go to school there, though. Did not go to school there. So we off Chris Paul? I mean, I'm not off Chris Paul. I think Chris Paul's still a really good play. It's just, there's other guys that, De'Aaron Fox looks really good now. Now that Halliburton's doubtful. I think I prefer Fox over Paul. But I still do like Chris Paul for sure. I haven't built out my lineup yet, so I don't know if I'm playing him, but we'll see. You going to be here for baseball season? If so, do you look at exit velocity at all? I'll be honest, Brian, I don't really get much into the advanced stats. But yes, I do cover baseball, and I will definitely be here for baseball season. I'm not sure yet what my stream schedule will be for baseball, but I do plan on having streams for MLB. MLB is the one sport where, I guess stats are the most important, but I'm not a big stats guy. I don't really look at, statistics that much. I've been able to have success playing DFS, without having to study stats all day. In the end, I don't think it matters that much, honestly. Should have hired Deion Sanders. He wanted the job. Yeah, we could have. I mean, I guess Norvell didn't have a great first year, but maybe this will be a better year, I guess. We do have a new quarterback coming in. It's supposedly he's really good. I can't remember what team he used to play for, but he transferred to FSU. He's supposed to be really good. So I got a feeling I'm going to keep saying Dennis Smith will have a better game than Lee, and he's cheaper on Yahoo. I mean, yeah, if you think Dennis Smith has a better game, then play him over Saban Lee. I mean, Saban Lee, his price has come up a decent amount on Yahoo. On Draftkings, though, he's still super cheap. He's still like $4,300. Florida State fan, you definitely from a part of South Carolina that's close to Georgia where I live. Hilarious. Hey, yeah, I've been a Florida State fan my whole life. Well, it's good, Noah. How do you stay at the top when you score points on DK without losing money? How do you stay at the top when you score points on DK? I mean, what do you mean, primetime? You got to ask a better question. If you mean you're seeing your lineups at the top, and then at the end of the night you're losing money. Well, that probably means that you're just stacking all the early games, which may not make the most sense. What do you think of Wiggins for $25 on Yahoo? I don't think I'm going to play Wiggins on this slate. I never play Andrew Wiggins, and only playing one lineup on Yahoo, I doubt I get to Wiggins. I think there's just other I'm going to try and pay up for SGA at shooting guard. He's definitely going to be the guy that I probably play at the position. But I'd rather get up to Devin Booker. I'd rather get up to Terry Rozier. For cheaper, I think I'd rather have Buddy Hield now that Halliburton's doubtful. I just never play Wiggins. Definitely going to try Yahoo starting next week. I've played both DraftKings and FanDuel, and to be honest, I like DraftKings more because it's more user-friendly, but I've won more on FanDuel. Hey, Brandon, if you get on Yahoo, I wish you the best of luck, man. I'm always here for questions about Yahoo and stuff, so feel free to ask me. Which center you like best for GPP? I think I answered that earlier, man. Bismack, I think he's going to be popular, but I think points per dollar-wise, he looks like one of the better values at center. Tillman will be a good value at center if J-Val gets ruled out. But if you're paying up, I think Ayton looks really good. Cantor, I have interest in. Clint Capella looks better, now that Horford's out. Finding it hard not to fade all the Rockets. I mean, yeah, I don't really like many Rockets on this slate. Now that the team's starting to get healthy again, everyone's just kind of priced appropriately. Nobody stands out as a great play. Thanks for all your insights. Got some cash last night. Hopefully tonight again. Hey, I wish you the best of luck, Julius. I'm glad to hear you had some success, man. Any statuses on Jonas or Bam? They're both questionable, Jake. They're both questionable. Corey Joseph for value, I think he's viable. He's not my favorite value play. I think, Corey Joseph at this point just is not a high upside player, but he should get more minutes with Halliburton doubtful, and minutes are key, so he's viable. I think I'm gonna prefer these bigs like Bismack Biyombo. If J-Val's out, I'm gonna prefer Tillman. If Bam's out, I'm gonna prefer Presta Chua, assuming he's starting. Like I'd rather have all those guys over Corey Joseph. When first starting out, what's a better, smarter play, GPPs or super small fields? I mean, if you're first starting out, you need to be playing like the casual contest if you can still play those. But you want to be playing the lowest stakes that you can, because that's where you're going to find the best action. You don't want to play high dollar stuff because that's where all the pro players are. Like I know there's people like that play $100 a night and they play $100. They play one lineup in the $100 single entry, which is fine, but I think it would make more sense to just spread out your action and play it in a bunch of lower dollar stuff, because in the $100 single entry, there's just going to be a lot of really sharp players in there. Barnes and Saban Lee or Collins and Svi? Give me Barnes and Saban Lee. You like Gallo? I think he's viable. On this slate, though, I don't know if Gallo's going to be someone I get to in my one lineup. If I was playing multiple lineups, though, I'd have Gallo in my player pool, I think. But I don't think we should expect another 50-point game from Gallinari. I mean, he just couldn't miss last game. But yeah, without Cam Reddish, with Reddish doubtful now, Gallo's viable. Thanks for all the content, Noah. Good luck, bro. Hey, good luck, King Carter. Good luck, man. We'll be live for just a few more minutes, guys. So any last-minute questions, throw them in. But hey, I appreciate all you guys tuning in as always. Best of luck tonight, man. A little Friday night slate. I hope if I don't take down something tonight, I hope one of you guys do. All right. Struggling with shooting guard today. I mean, yeah, shooting guard's not great. I think I'm just going to try and pay up for SGA if I can. Jaden McDaniels from Charlotte. I like his value over Biyombo because of ownership. I mean, I don't know how many minutes McDaniels is going to play. I mean, I really haven't even looked at him on this slate. I mean, I don't even know if he's been in the rotation lately. He got 15 minutes last game. That was the 24th. I thought they had another game after that. Let me see. Oh, he was in the rotation. I mean, yeah, I guess he's gonna be super low owned. I don't think anyone's gonna play him. So yeah, you could do that. But I think I feel way more confident in Biyombo. Sal Vetri, he does these streams too. Anyways, you bring that heat, man. I mean, I don't know Sal personally, but I know who he is. I mean, I watch all the YouTube guys, DK, Sal, the Osmo guys. Like I watch everybody. I've never talked to anyone though or collaborated with anyone. At least not yet. Maybe I will in the future. Appreciate the answer, Noah. Sure thing, Primetime. Sure thing, man. I'm late to the party. Thanks for the quality information. Hey, appreciate you being here, Roscoe. You're a little late, but I appreciate you tuning in, man. Coming in last minute. Just realized it's a Gallo revenge game. Oh, shit. You got to play him. Little Gallo revenge game. Dragic or Lee? Give me Saban Lee, especially because he's cheaper. At least on DK, he's cheaper. All right, guys, it's about 5:30, so we're going to wrap things up here. As always, man, appreciate all you guys tuning into the stream. Thank you to everyone who donated super chats. We had a ton of super chats today. Miami Mike, Ty, all these guys, man. I forgot who else donated, but thank you guys. I do appreciate all the super chats. Best of luck tonight. If I don't take down one of a tournament tonight or take down anything, I hope one of you guys do. All right, good. All right, guys, good luck, fellas. Good luck.